How did you start UGC? I know you're on Join Brands and Billo, but like, how did you actually start UGC?
I used to do direct sales and I was like very high up in the company that I did it with, but
Yeah.
I went back working full time and a lot of things changed and it just wasn't really for me anymore. And so
Yeah.
I was just on TikTok looking at like ways to make extra income because I had done it for so long and I stumbled
Yeah.
across
Oh, wow. Did you start UGC this year or last year?
it's only been like 7 months. So
Oh, wow. You had a lot of success with Join Brands and Billo. Tell me about that. What was that like?
yeah. I don't know, it's just really easy to apply for jobs. So you just
Yeah.
apply for all the jobs and some of them you get, some of them you don't. But when you apply for everything, there's just a lot out there. So it's easy to make
Yeah.
money with it.
Did you have to apply for Join Brands? Which one is the one that you had to like get approved to
So
have a
so join brands, you have to do like sample pictures, videos. There's like different jobs
Okay.
and they call them certificates. So you have to do like certain photos to show you can do it, certain videos, and then there's social media certificates too. So like if you're social media links or if you are like an Amazon influencer, whatever. And then
Okay.
those are the jobs you can apply for. That's how like Join Brands works once your certificates go through, which is easy.
Oh.
It takes like just a couple of minutes.
Oh,
It's
okay.
easy.
Okay,
And
okay.
then below you have to have a video, kind of like Fiverr. You need to have like an introduction video. They approve that.
Oh, okay. Very cool. What was your thought process for getting on Fiverr? Was it just something you heard about and you were like, I just want to try it?
Think I saw one of your videos, maybe, honestly.
Oh,
But
that's
I was
cool.
like, it would be great for people to come to me rather than me having to apply all the time. Also, I know that in UGC in general, there is like a lot of money to be made if you are messaging brands and really going off the apps, right? Like, I feel like I'm doing very well on the apps,
Yeah.
but I know I could do so much more off the apps. But I work full time. My kids are wicked busy with their dance, soccer, basketball schedules. And I just don't have time to do that. So with Fiverr, I was like, great, if I can put the effort up front with, making a good introduction video, creating some gigs, and have the jobs come to me, I don't mind doing the work of the jobs, right? I can fit that in and I don't have to spend all this time emailing. So that's how I decided to try that route.
That's one of the major benefits. Like, seriously, the
Yeah.
time freedom. So, do you feel like between the platforms where you have to take a job or leave it, like Billo and Join Brands versus Fiverr, what would you say the biggest differences between the platforms for you?
Honestly, they're really similar. Like the gigs are very similar. What the companies are looking for is really similar. I get more jobs through Billo and Join Brands just because there's so many to apply for. So that's one of the reasons why I'm having you look over my gig so I can
Yep.
really optimize that to the max. Because I think once I get it seen more and more
Yeah.
inboxes, I think then they'll be
Coming in.
very similar. Those are just so easy to get started, right? Like
Right.
without your course, honestly, I never would have done Fiverr because I was just too overwhelmed just like looking at it. So that was so helpful
Oh my
to
gosh.
lay
That
it
is
out and get
so
started.
Thank you. That was going to lead me into my next one is how did the course kind of help you get started, get going, and then the community? How did it all kind of like mesh together for you?
Yeah, so I'm going to go back to direct sales, which I know a lot of people do not like, but I loved it. And the company that I was in, it was very like, do this and you will have success. And I did. I was the highest in the company. I was like top 2% in the company. I earned all the trips. I did all the things. And so I'm a very much like, give me this list. I will follow the things. And I know that you can succeed. So your course gave me the list of the things and like examples of how to do it. So just putting that into action was like, great. Like that's so easy for me. Like I love that.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted like the step by step. This is what you do. Follow this, and it will happen.
Yeah.
And what about the community? Like, how do you feel
Oh
like
yeah.
the course and the community? I feel like they mesh together, right?
Totally. So that was honestly that was a big one of the reasons why I did the course too, because I knew I was going to be able to be added to the community. Because obviously, like, okay, the course got me started. I got messages, I got jobs, but a million questions come up. Like, you can't cover
Yeah.
everything in the nuances with what buyers are going to ask you. Like, that's just, you can't.
No.
So, being in the community when those things come up, it's so nice to be able to ask questions and have lots of people give, a multitude of answers. And when they're all telling you the same thing, that's awesome. And sometimes it's nice to hear the different varieties too. So that's super helpful. The people who have been doing it forever, the people who are just starting out, watching people raise their prices or knowing how you should price things, the editing thing, there's just so much. It's great.
That's so, so awesome. Okay, tell me about this big job because when I have to tell you that I have been like rooting for you. Like in the community, whenever you would post her gig and I'm like, "Oh my God, she's gonna do it one day. I'm gonna get her to charge more because your content is so good and
Thank
you're so
you.
like good on camera. You just have this on-camera presence that's like real, I'm serious, it's like magnetic. And I'm just like, she has to charge more, but I'm not gonna push her too hard. And like every time you'd post and be like, it was 40 this, and I'm like, Sarah, come on, you can do it, you can do it. So when I saw you post that you got a $425 order, I literally picked up my phone, I ran to my husband, and I was like, look, Sarah, she did it, she did it. Like I was so just so excited. So like walk me through what happened that you negotiated with the brand, like what was going through your mind that you closed that huge job.
Yeah, I started off with really low pricing because I wanted jobs. I mean, on Join Brands, when you start, the gigs are $5 and it goes up from there. Now I'm making like 100 something dollars per job, but you
Oh,
can do
great.
$5 videos. So I wanted to start small so people would message me.
Yeah.
So I was nervous that if my prices were too high, I wasn't going to get any jobs. But I know I deserve more. I know the apps don't pay as much as you deserve, and I wasn't even getting what I was making on the apps. So I started by upping one of my gigs pricing, and that is they reached out to me through that gig. So already my prices were a little bit higher, which was nice. And then they wanted some extras. They wanted like holiday decor, and it wasn't quite holiday time yet. So I added on extra for that. And they wanted raw footage. And I was like, okay, I know I can add on extra for raw footage. And I looked up the company and I was like, this is a cool toy. Like, this is not just some startup company. I know that they could afford a little bit more, but I didn't want to push it too much because I wanted the gigs. I was very excited about it. When they accepted, I was like,
It was so is that your biggest job to date with
yeah, oh,
UGC?
yes,
Oh my God.
definitely.
That's incredible. And that was on Fiverr.
And that was on Fiverr. Yeah.
Do you
Yep.
feel like with the platforms, which one are you feeling like between the three, the Join Brands, Billo, and Fiverr? Which one do you feel like is really going to take you to the next level?
I mean, Fiverr has the
Honestly.
potential to, if I can get my gigs seen, a million percent. I mean, Join Brands isn't going to get any more than it is. Like holiday
Oh,
season, I made like, I don't know, like $800 last month or something. You know what I mean? Like it's monthly, but like in the beginning when I first started, it was like $300 a month, which is awesome. I just want to
right.
play cleaning lady because I don't want to clean my house. So that's where I'm at right now. But there's like extra money that's not like from my job. It's like play
Right?
fun money. But
Yeah.
Fiverr has the potential because Join Brands, I can't make $425 off a job. The most I'm going to get is like like the jobs are the prices that they are.
Oh, so they don't go more than that. It's like 150 and that's it.
Yeah, like sometimes brands will have a little bit more expense, like rarely. Like 150 is
Oh.
a lot. Like most of my jobs are between like 60 and $100.
Oh, I see. Okay. I thought it like continued to scale. I've never been on Join Brands or Billo. I was on Incense for a little while, and it was the same thing. Like some brands would hire you for $200, but that was it. But they wanted like a crazy amount of deliverables. Is Join Brands the same way? Like the raw footage, the final video, like ad rights, all of that?
Join Brands is wicked easy. And so is Billo. Honestly, I maybe like how Billo does their deliverables a little bit better. But like Join Brands, if it's like a 30-second video, you have to upload the 30-second video and it has to be that long. Like they won't accept it if it's shorter. So it has to at least be that long or longer. But
Okay.
if the brand pays $60 for a 30-second video, but they want you to do a script that's 2 minutes long, you have to do that 2 minute script. Like you don't get paid extra for that. So that's where it gets like a little iffy. I did one for this to make nut milk. It
Yeah.
was like a whole recipe I had to follow, cook. That thing was like 3.5 minutes long and they had it as like a 30-second gig.
Oh.
So I don't love that. But Billo, if it's a 30-second job, you have to upload a video between 20 and 40 seconds.
Okay.
So they make you stay like in that range and they hold the brands to that. And then they also, if there's extras, they want more, they'll pay you on top of that. And
Okay.
Join Brands does too. You can upload extra content, but whatever the gig price is, like if I uploaded a second video, they'd pay me half of that. So if I
Okay.
did a $60 video and uploaded a second one, I'd only get 30 bucks.
Oh, wow. That makes sense.
But it's
Right.
Fiverr has the potential.
To continue to grow. Okay, someone was watching this right now and they had just started on Fiverr. What would be your best piece of advice?
Don't be scared, just do it. Just follow the list and do the things. That is what holds people back the most, is the in their brain, the thinking, the wanting it to be perfect before starting. Just start. You will learn the things as you go, you will get better as you go, and you will be so thankful you just started.